Alright, my twisted souls, welcome back to the Menagerie with Gigi and Pretty Girl, as you can see behind me in the Victorian red chair. So, if you've watched part 1 and part 2, then you know that we've gotten some confirmation already that she was born possibly in the early 1900s. Two different ways she confirmed that, one verbally, one with the cat ball. Now, I briefly reached out to Joe because I was not sure if this was a child spirit that I was talking to. I believed it was. I did find out it is a child spirit around the age of 5 or 6, which I already thought, because children love dolls, so it kind of made sense that she may have been a child spirit. But the reason I reached out to Joe was because the first 2 responses that she gave me in part 2, curtains burned and they hung me, it kind of struck me as maybe she may have been a little black girl. Because I know that was a big thing back in the late 1800s, early 1900s with slaves. So I wasn't sure if maybe she was a slave child. So I wanted to reach out and ask Joe about that before I furthered my questioning with her. Because I don't want to be disrespectful to this spirit in any way, shape, or form. That was a very terrible time back then. It never should have happened, but it did. So Joe got back to me with a smidge little bit of information that I am going to play for you in the beginning of this video to kind of give you an idea of what she picked up on. But I'm going to let you hear it for yourself. I am going to tell you she picked up on that she is a child of about 5 or 6, I said. She is a little white girl. She did live on a plantation with slaves. And it sounded like Joe said the slaves were jealous of a doll that this little girl had because they didn't have one as pretty as hers. And back then, that's the way it was. Like I said, it was wrong. There was so many emotions back then for both sides. But they hung her doll. So when she said the comment, they hung me, she must have been referring to the doll. So it makes sense that she would attach herself to a doll when she passed. So this is going to be a long, ongoing investigation with her. But I'm going to let you hear that recording from Joe. And then we're going to go into our investigation with Pretty Girl. So, if you're not subscribed to this channel, go hit that button right now because we post our videos randomly. So, make sure your notification bell is on so you know when we post videos.
Good evening. Welcome to Gigi's Haunted Menagerie. Join us as I sit and talk with the spirits and play and communicate here at the Menagerie.
Let's get into the investigation.
Kind of a lot coming through. I'm actually seeing the doll being hung from a tree. And I'm seeing like a little girl, but it looks literally just like the doll. But she's in a white nightshirt. Yeah, I'm definitely sensing a child. There were some like teenage vibes coming through too, but I think maybe she had an older sister, but from what she's showing me, she looks like about 5 or 6. So what I'm thinking is that this little girl lived on a plantation, and that the slaves obviously didn't have a doll as nice as hers. And probably, some of the slaves were whipped and everything, and the children or whoever took offense to that, they couldn't get a doll as nice as hers, and that's why the doll was hung.
We have done 2 sessions with Pretty Girl already and gotten some confirmation. We did reach out to Joe quickly on a topic. It's kind of a touchy topic. And with that, we've already watched this video, so you already know what topic I'm talking about if you've watched session 1 and 2. So tonight we are going to play the Infinity game and hope Pretty Girl comes through and helps us pick a card to answer questions that we ask her. Now, Ghost Rider and I have a set of questions each that we want to ask her. So, with that, we're going to open this up. We're going to put our intent out for her and see where it goes. Beyond the veil, I speak with care to any spirit willing to share. With guarded space and steady breath, I ask for truth, not fear or death. Only those with peace may stay, all others turn and walk away. Okay,
All right.
we got it.
I think so.
Okay, so, now, dude, it sucks getting old. So,
Whatever. Print it bigger.
with that, okay, so, Pretty Girl, our intention for tonight, for this game, is for you to come forward and guide our intention of what card to pick up and flip over when we ask you a question. So we're going to ask you things, okay? Some of them might be a little touchy, but it's stuff we need to know about you to help us find you peace. So when we ask you a question, you're going to show and tell us by guiding us what card to pick up, okay? You can also touch any of your stuff in that chair while you do that, okay?
Got meter spikes over there.
Thank you. Is that you? Are you ready? Okay, you show us what card to pick up and flip over, okay? You guide us. You're our guide. So the first question, is it me or you? Did you live on a plantation? Yes. Okay.
You want to alternate, kind of?
Yeah.
Okay, so my first question is, did you live here in Florida? First place my eyes went was right here.
Ooh,
So yes.
wow. Okay.
So on a plantation and here in Florida, apparently.
Okay. And that's why she probably said, I lived here once. In session 2.
Maybe so.
Okay. Because we are in Florida. Yeah. Is your name Marissa? You know. Yes, I do know, don't I?
Okay.
All right.
So do we take that as a yes? Is that what we're doing?
Uh-huh.
Perhaps. All right. Are we back to me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Okay. So I want to know, I understand you lived here in Florida. Are you from here in Florida? First impression was right there.
No.
So no. Alright, so not from Florida, but you did live here.
Okay.
So something for us to find out
Thank
in
you
the
for the
future
spikes.
where you're from.
Okay, next question. Did the slave children hang your doll? No.
Says no.
Okay. The question mark because Joe picked up on the opposite, so that could be something that we need more confirmation on.
Alright, so we asked you to confirm your name and you said you know. My next question is, will you at some point tell us your name? When all of you were here. Yes. Okay. Alright. Yep, Christy's writing additional questions here.
What I think of. Okay, next
Fine,
question.
That's great.
You said no to the slave children hanging your doll. Joe picked up on the opposite. If it is true that they did hang your doll, did you want revenge for what they did? Well, all right, so we got the stop card, bud.
Oh,
So that means we need to stop.
alright.
Do
Well, that
you,
was pretty cool.
do you want us to stop?
Hey, you got the stop card.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just verifying it. She made the meter spike. Okay.
Yep, that was pretty cool. We haven't used these a lot, so that was neat. We got a few answers to things, so now we have more questions for other devices and
Okay, so
other techniques, I think.
we have to close out the game. I thank you, the spirits who walk with me. I hear you. I now close the gate. This game is done and complete. All right. Okay. We thank you, pretty girl, for answering a few questions. See, that didn't hurt, did it? We appreciate it. Now, we're going to let you rest for a little while, and maybe later this week we can talk a little more, okay? Okay. Can you spike that to red for me? You want to play a little bit? You can light up your cat ball, the flashlight. You can say hello to everybody watching. You want to say hello? Everybody's listening to your story as we tell it. Does that make you happy? Does it that you're getting it out? I hope it is. Hope you start feeling better. Alright, y'all. With that, again, we thank you for joining us, hanging out with the three of us and playing. Trying to get some more confirmation. Like Ghostwriter said, it's something we're going to continue to work on. these
Yep.
responses. And please hit the like and comment, please, because YouTube has changed their algorithm and they are no longer pushing channels like ours out there to you much. So we struggle and fight to get these out to you. So please, the more you hit the like button, the more you comment and engage, the more you see our stuff come across your feed. It is really important to help our channel grow. With that, remember to keep it twisted, spread love, not hate, and I'll see you on the next episode.
Thank you for joining us tonight for another session of the Haunted Menagerie. We do hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you soon. Good night.